Guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and I wanted to pop in with another short little video on dowsing rods. I finally got myself a legit pair of dowsing rods. Of course, you don't have to go and spend big money on dowsing rods. If you've ever taken a trip to the dry cleaners, those wire hangers that they, hang your clothes on when they return from the dry cleaners are more than appropriate. So, just a couple of snips with some wire cutters and bam, you have dowsing rods. Dowsing rods originally, I would say, were used for finding water, for finding gold. There's various different uses that you can use them for. People, I've noticed through my research, really say that the copper ones are the best, especially if you're looking for water or gold and things like that. Here in San Diego, we actually do have a Dowsers Association, and one of my boyfriend's good friends' mother is a part of that association. When I heard a dowsing association, my mind automatically goes woo-woo. So I'm like, oh wow, so you find ghosts and stuff? And she's like, we find water and stuff. I'm like, oh, so so that's when I did a little bit more research, and then I found out, you can use them for kind of, whatever your intention is. You'll notice on my dowsing rods here, it has a little spot that you can hold on to, and so when you hold it here, this part can swing freely, just like this. So I like to use this once in a while. Obviously, they're not great for transporting, because you got these long, rods flinging all over the place, and it's just easier for me sometimes to bring a little pendulum, or just wear a necklace and your necklace becomes your pendulum. But I've been having actually a lot of fun at first just finding all the main water lines under the ground at our house, and I was and then I double checked it for where our real water lines were, and it was actually spot on. I was like, okay, that's cool. Then I wanted to find our main electrical lines, gas lines and things like that, and electricity, and it found those too, and I was like, and so only recently have I started using it for more metaphysical purposes, and what I noticed, what was a little different from the pendulum, like I explained in another video, if the pendulum, let's say, is coming from my higher self, and it's actually me moving the pendulum with micro movements in my own hand, but I could very well be communicating with spirit, but spirit is communicating with my higher self, going into my physical body, and then manifesting itself within the pendulum. Whereas these, since they swing freely just like this, and if I have my arms tucked at my side and my hands are in no way touching this part here, it would actually be the spirit and energy having to move these, which takes, I noticed, quite a bit of energy, and I have to have quite a bit of patience in order to do it. So let me show you guys an example. While we're here in my house, which is very active. Actually, the room that I'm sitting in is my dining room, and it's actually not a very active part of my house, but for demonstration purposes, I just kind of wanted to show you guys, and see if you guys have any questions after this. So yeah, let me just show you. Again, we're in my dining area. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna take my hands, and I'm gonna place this in the crease of my fingers here, so that you notice that my thumb is not on here, and my bottom pinky is not on this part, which is moving the rod here. So I want to make sure that my hands are not touching the rod in any way. Okay, so here you go. So you notice they're swinging freely. I've noticed that I would like to lock I get better results when I lock my elbows at my sides. Man, I gotta work on my biceps. So locking my elbows at my sides, and then tilting these slightly downward. So instead of having them straight up like this, just tilt them slightly downward like this. Okay? So you try not to, move your body, move your hands. You might want to have a nice little bend in the knees, so you're not locking your knees and holding your breath, and then you fall over and pass out, because that's not what you're trying to do here. So I would have to just announce to spirit that, hey, crossing is yes, outwards is no. I'm moving them with my hands right now. So, crossing is yes, outwards is no. I've noticed sometimes, you know, it'll take a while for spirit to cross them. And then it's harder for them to uncross them. So sometimes after a few minutes, I'll help them out and I'll uncross them for them. Okay, so let's go ahead and ask a question. Okay, are there any spirits with me right now? Cross for yes, open for no. Okay, so it looks like no spirits here at this time, but you can see how accurate it is. So even though, let's say I really would actually like a spirit to be on here right now because I'm making a video, you know, they're not just gonna pop in for me because I'm making a video. So if there really was a spirit here, they would have been crossing the rods just like that. And you notice that I move that with my wrists, and you guys can clearly see when I'm like moving them and when I'm not. But anyway, so I'll just do one more chance. If there's a spirit with us, you know, cross them for yes, uncross for no. Is there a spirit with us right now as I make this video? So I kind of see that the rods are somewhat moving towards each other, but it's almost like somebody's unsure. It's like they're kind of like, I don't want to know, let the whole world know that I'm like here or not. So it was like a kinda. So I do feel that there's spirit energy in the room, but you know, it does take a lot of energy to move these rods because they're physically moving matter, you know, with energy, which, you know, takes a lot of energy to move things. As you can even tell when, you know, automobiles, you know, it takes a lot of energy to move an automobile. You know, so I mean, and they're spirit without physical form. So there you go. So there you guys go. That's it. I just wanted to quickly show you kind of how dowsing rods work. You know, and I'm always trying to, you know, use various ways that I can connect with spirit, that I can connect with my higher self. But I find for spirit work, for finding water mains, for finding gas lines and things like that, these are really freaking spot on. And then with the pendulum, I find that's more when I want to do more psychological work. If I want to, you know, tap into my higher self, I can also communicate with spirit that way as well. But yeah, you know, so if you guys were interested, I mean, definitely try these out. If you don't have the cash to shell out, I think these were like $17 on Amazon. I mean, you don't have to spend $17 on like metal rods, you know, like I said, get some coat hangers from the dry cleaners. If you don't have wire hangers in your house, then, you know, you find your friend's house, go find some metal hangers and just a couple of snips and you'll have yourself some dowsing rods. So that's it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And if you have any comments, please leave that in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like this, don't forget to click that notification bell, which is right next to that subscribe button. And I'll catch you spiritual homies later. All right, if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.